All right, this is on the similar triangles worksheet. I had problems asked about 13, 14, and 15, so I thought I'd go ahead and do those. So for number 13, it says the length of a rectangle, so we're going to draw a rectangle. The length is 7 centimeters less than, so my length is 7 centimeters less than. That means I'm going to subtract 7 from something. What am I going to subtract it from? Twice the width is what comes next, so it'll be 2w. So my length is 2w minus 7, and since I called the width w, I can go with this and use, use this information to kind of solve this. It says if the ratio of the width to the length is 2 to 3, so the length is 2 to the width is 3. If I set it up this way, remember this was my length here, here's my length on my ratio, and my width is 3. So I can do these and use these numbers here to solve for the length and the width, okay? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say, I'm going to put the small over the big, okay, the bigger figure. 2 matches up with 2w minus 7 the way that 3 matches up with w. And I'm going to cross multiply. 2w is equal to 3 times 2w minus 7. Okay, so 2w is equal to 6w minus 21. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 21 to the other side just to move it over there. 2w plus 21 is 6w. The reason I did that is I was going to move all my w's to the left. I should have done that first probably. So if I move my 2w's over here by subtracting them, I get 4w is equal to 21. And let's see, so w is going to be, if I look, 4w is 21. If I divide both sides by 4, I get w is 21 over 4. So my width is 21 over 4, and my length is going to be 2 times 21 over 4. I'm going back up here. Remember, the length is 2 times w, so 2 times 21 over 4 minus 7. So here's my width. I'll circle it. Now I need to work out this length here. Let's see, 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 4 two times. So that's 21.2 minus 7. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say 21.2 is 10.5. So 10.5 minus 7 is 3.5. So my width, my length is, let's see, length is 3.5. And my width is 21 over 4, which would be 5.25. Okay? So that's how I could do 13. 14 is on the back of the same page, and it says the ratio, so I'm going to make a ratio, 3x plus 2 over 5x minus 12 equals the ratio 17 to 13. Find x. So all you're doing here, guys, is cross multiplying. There's no magic here. It's just telling you these two ratios are equal. So we cross multiply and solve for x. So this is 17 times 5x minus 12 is equal to 13 times 3x plus 2. I do have to remember to use parentheses or I'm not, going to get the correct answer here. So 17 times 5x would be 85x minus 17 times 12. That's 204. It's equal to 13 times 3x. That's 39x. Plus 13 times 2 is 26. Let me move my x's to the left side. I'm going to subtract 39x from each side. And so if I have 85 minus 39, that's equal to 46x minus 204 is equal to 26. So now I'm going to add 204 to each side just to move the numbers together. And that's going to be 46x is equal to, see, 204 plus 26. It should be 230. Yep, 230. Let me come over here. I need to divide both sides by 46 to get x by itself. And x is equal to 230 divided by 46, which is 5. So x is equal to 5 on that one. All All right, the last one that was asked off this one, number 15, the ratio, so it's a ratio, it's a fraction, x squared minus 9 to x squared minus x minus 6 equals the ratio of 7 to 6. Find x. So I'm going to cross multiply. 6 times x squared minus 9 is equal to 7 times all this mess here, x squared minus x minus 6. Just because it looks bad, guys, don't be afraid of it. Just multiply it all out and see what happens. You get 6x squared minus 54 on the left side. You get 7x squared minus 7x minus 42 on the right side. I need to, since I'm working with squares, I need to move all my terms to one side, so it'll be quicker for me to move them to the right side. So I'll subtract 6x squared to move it over, and I'll add 54 to move it over. I'm going to line it up under its like terms. These I say they cross out, but they actually add up to 0. And remember, that's what I want on the left-hand side is 0, or I want it on one side. 7x squared minus 6x squared is x squared. Then I've got a minus 7x. Negative 42 plus 54, that would be the same thing as 54 minus 42 would be a positive 12. So what I'm looking for is a way to factor this, and this does factor. What multiplies to give me 12 and adds up to negative 7? Well, negative 4 times negative 3 is a positive 12, and negative 4 plus negative 3 is a negative 7. Now that I have these, I can solve for x. If you remember, if you have factors and they're set equal to 0, you set each factor equal to 0 to solve. Okay? So for the first answer, I'm going to add 4 to both sides. X equals 4. For the second answer, I'm going to add 3 to each side. X equals 3. Those are my two answers on that one.